I was good, YouTube. This is Roger Cuts. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you for tuning in. I was going to be sharing with you guys a PDF I ran across last year on making an actual business plan and how we could pretty much prepare and plan this year coming up. I know since it's the end of this year, 2021, we're all getting excited. In the video, he had pretty much highlighted how people make mistakes when they write their business plan. Essentially, it's too long and they write too much detail to where they just don't even get to what exactly they wanted to accomplish. And the biggest thing in his was just to make it very minimalistic and very effective. So in the bottom of the channel, or in the bottom of the video, he has shared a PDF of the template, and right here I have the template myself. And what you do, obviously, you create your own template, or you fill out your own template and you print it out. And what he recommends for you to do is just take the time that you need just by yourself, with no music, no distractions, just by yourself, and think of what exactly you want to accomplish for the year, and also just reflect back on this previous year and acknowledge yourself for the things that you have done. Give yourself a pat on the back, and just kind of build that confidence and that momentum up, as well as realize the things that you didn't accomplish, or that you didn't set forth and fully execute, which is more of just a face of reality and a look in the mirror. But while you're doing so, you fill out this to however you like, and it pretty much puts out your intentions. The cool thing about it highlights 6 areas of your life, and I'm also going to be showing it on the screen right here so you guys can follow along. But it starts off with financial, the business, personal development, your family, health, and spiritual. And within each category, it's going to have 3 habits that you're going to want to acquire, and then there's going to be 3 goals that you also want to accomplish. Of course, I wanted to share this with you so you could create your own. There's going to be 3 areas, especially as us barbers, that I feel like is going to be essential for us to focus on with this year coming up. And I'm also going to be giving us some useful resources and hopefully some inspiration as well when it comes to setting these goals. So diving in, the one I first believe, and that is number 1 on the template, is going to be the finances. The number 1 rule is to pay yourself first, and number 2 is to not forget rule number 1. So it's to pay yourself first, and this is going to be setting a certain percent of what you make and just giving it to yourself. You can't go working and you just living paycheck to paycheck and you not actually having some of your own money to do whatever you would like with it, whether that's investing or spending it something else, whatever it is. But set that certain percentage. They definitely recommend minimum 10%, and you could go as high up to however you like. The more you save, obviously, the more disciplined you have to be, just because you have to really work around your finances the most you save. But as long as you get a healthy amount that's going to work within your budget, then you should be great. Coming up, inflation is definitely what's going to be eating our money, and it's going to be the value of our dollar is not going to be as worth it is a couple years. So obviously I would invest in that money. The first thing I would do to invest would of course be in yourself or within your own business. If it's going to be within your business, this is what's going to actually allow you to grow a lot more and for you to earn more income. So if you're investing in your business and you're making more money, then you're going to have more money to invest that money into other areas or to back right into yourself. So you can never go wrong with investing in yourself or in your business. And after that would be just the markets on a consistent basis, just dollar cost average, whatever money you're going to be putting in, and just have that at a consistent basis to where we are buying in on the highs and the lows. So overall, depending on how the market fluctuates, that we are going to have a balanced investing thing. I don't know what that term was, but I followed Stephen Graham on YouTube a lot, and I did a lot of research pretty much on what he does recommend when it comes to investing, and he does keep it quite simple. And I was also going to be following his tactics when it comes to investing. A majority of his money is going to be invested just in the index funds. It's pretty much just going to be the top 500 companies inside that one fund that you're investing, so your money automatically diversifies. And this, it shows, and it also performs a lot better than someone that's individually picking stocks. It's also a lot more time consuming when you are individually picking your stocks, just because you're gonna have to buy each stock, and you're gonna have to pick what companies and how much money you want to put, and just every time you're gonna have to fill out new orders, and it's just a lot more complicated. And like I said, overall the index fund, it goes up over time, and it shows that it's performed better, and it's just a whole lot easier of a process. So a majority of what you should, or what you're saving, if you're not investing it in your business, I would say definitely hit. And hold on, let me reset the basics. I'm not an advisor or anything like that, just putting it out there, but I'm saying we are, or I at least was going to be taking Graham's advice and was going to be, kind of going with that plan. But for me specifically, it's going to be the 80% into the index. And then I also wanted to show you guys right here on my computer, just because on index funds, I know on Robinhood you can't invest in the index funds, so you would either have to have a Roth IRA account, or if you just go with any other brokerage accounts such as TD, Ameritrade, or Charles Schwab. And guys, by the way, everything that I do mention, any type of resources or links or websites that I do mention, I'm going to have it in the description. So if you are curious, go ahead, read about it, and click the links, and I hope I make it easy for you. But moving on, the rest of that percentage is going to be 10% into crypto. For me, I'm just going to keep it basic with the Bitcoin and Ethereum, looking to get a lot more knowledgeable on the whole crypto. But for now, I'm keeping that just at a smaller percentage, just because I wouldn't want to put so much money into it if I know it's not going to be something that is a guarantee. And by the way, guys, only invest what you're willing to lose. For the other 10%, and also for crypto, you could buy that on Robinhood, Coinbase, pretty much Cash App, like just pretty much any investing account. Crypto is being a lot more popular. And then for the other 10%, I was going to be doing the individual stocks, and this is just companies that I do believe in long term and that I feel like have the potential of growing over time. This one, I'm definitely going to be just dollar cost averaging and buying it consistently. The cool thing about these is if this company does, kind of skyrocket or anything right there, then you have that money right there, and it would just grow exponentially. I'm pretty sure you heard plenty of times, oh, if I invested in Amazon 3 years ago, I would be worth this much, because those people bought Amazon when it was low and now it's high. So if you do have a stock or a company that you do believe in that is at its low right now and that could grow, it's a cool investment. I was going to be using the M1 Finance app on this one. This one's very cool because out of all the companies that you do pick, it creates this pie, and in the pie it automatically diversifies any dollar that you do throw into there. So let's say you have Apple, Tesla, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, that's the same one, but let's say you have those three, and it creates that pie. So automatically it's gonna give that $1 and diversify in between each stock that you do. And the cool thing about this app, you get to create your own pie. You could use templates of other people's pies. You could have people send their own. You could share yours. What I forgot to mention in the beginning was when we save this money, this is definitely going to be the hardest part, because obviously if you're not saving that money, you're not going to have the money to invest. This app, and it's called Capital with a Q, and like I said, this is all going to be in the description. Essentially, this app, it connects to your bank and is another form of a bank or a savings account. And you could create any rules, is what they call it, on this app. But I set it to where any deposits over $10, it automatically saves a set percentage that I put it at. So this goes back to however much you want to save, and then once you get all that money at the end is when you could put that money into, you know, whatever you're investing in. But the cool thing is, like I said, this automatically takes that money that you're putting it in there, and it takes out the hard work. So therefore, you definitely suggest it. You could also use it, you know, if you're saving for a vacation or like I do for taxes. There was a book that Chris Bosio had recommended, and it was called The E-Myth. And essentially, the whole like topic of it was to work on the business and not in the business, and the difference between it when you're working. And just to give you like an analogy, as a barber, when you're in the business, you're behind the chair physically cutting the hair, but when you're working on the business is pretty much just the behind the scenes and what you're doing at the house, you know, that's contributing to actually the business. So what we should all be doing is measuring and tracking our analytics of our business. We could really set ourselves up great just to see how we are growing, how much money we are making, how much money we are spending, and just for it to make it very easy for us when it comes to the end with taxes and getting all that stuff done. So I did want to share a couple resources as well when it comes to tracking and having our own analytics. I've created a template on numbers, and this is for iMac. So if you do have iMac, you'll be able to download this. I'm not too sure if it's Windows or Android, if you'll be able to, but on this, and I'm also going to be showing it on the screen as well, I do have the week, and it's going to be in order, you know, from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then once you click the spot, it's going to have a certain amount of spots in there, and you can add more, you could take more off depending on how much cuts you do. But right here, it's going to how much, you know, they paid. And then I also like to put what form of payment it was, whether that was cash, Cash App, Apple Pay, Venmo, you know, whatever it was, just because at the end of the day, sometimes I may forget, and then you never want to be short. And it's cool too, because at the end of the week, you could actually, you know, side by side, see if that's exactly what you have. So if it says 700 cash and you only have 500 cash, you're like, what the fuck, I'm missing $200. So it's cool to do it that way if you really want to dive in right there. But it's going to be important also to add the tip, just to see how much you're making on a tip, how much, you know, your average client is giving you. And also, this is kind of something that you could gauge off of whether you're giving a good service or not. If you do notice that your tips are going up, it might be just because, you know, you're giving a great service, you're doing great. And if it's the opposite, then you might be like, oh, I might need to step it up a bit. I might, you know, where am I slacking? So the tip can also tell you a little bit more than just, you know, money. And then right here, I put new and recurring, just to see if your client is new or recurring. You can see, you know, how much new clients you get in a week. And, you know, the more new clients you're getting, the more demand, stuff like that. This could also tell you, you know, whether you need to raise your prices or not. But these numbers are definitely going to be essential. And at the end of the week, it's going to give you your total that you did make for the week. And you would also know how much you made per day. Under it, I have the money update, and I also have it listed in weeks. You could get, you know, however deep you want to into this as well. At first I was doing it every week, although I did find it kind of time consuming, and also just because with money in the markets and stuff like that, it fluctuates. So I feel like week to week it was kind of just like, oh, I'm up here or I'm down here and stuff like that. So I do recommend just doing it at least once a month and knowing pretty much your net worth or how much money you do have in total. And I would include any cash, your business checkings, your regular checkings, your savings, any other invested or any other investment accounts that you do have, Apple Pay, Cash App, etc. And on the bottom, once I do track the day, then you're gonna want to put it in right here, and I usually list 1 through 30 for the day, just so at the end of the month I could click and I could see, 1 through 30 how much it is, and I type it in, I do the calculations just so I could see how much I did make for the month. And one habit I feel like I need to get into a lot more, and that definitely we all should as well, is not only seeing how much we're making today, but how much we are spending, and within what category that is that we are spending, just so we can follow a stricter budget and that we do know where our money is allocated to. So I did make a part right here where it says money out, and you can also write what exactly that expense was, just so you can remember, because if you put the name or if you put the number, then you may not remember what category it is, and it just makes a big mess. But you can put it right here, and you can also subtract the difference and see what the profits was. So this is going to be the whole template right here. If you are tracking your clients and you are excuse me, if you are tracking your clients and if you are seeing how much you're making, this is going to go a long way, and really just seeing the whole analytics and tracking your made for the third for us to attack this year. Definitely just enjoy ourselves and have that time for ourselves, just to ground and to put our intentions out there for us to enjoy and have experiences. Focus on your own energy and really just what we are putting out there. At the end of the day, it does mean a lot, and it is very essential for us really just to be at peace with yourself and who you are as a character and who you are as a person. So focusing on these things with your family, your social life, your fun, just everything. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys get the point, but if we can get that down, then we're gonna be able to excel in the other areas. I do hope that you guys found any of these resources helpful, and that you do file and make your own business plan with that PDF. Shout out Valuetainment for sharing that with us. And for the ones that did stick around, I do have a bonus worksheet also that I wanted to send to you. And this was coming from my boy Jay Faded. So shout out to Jay Faded. I know he got this worksheet from another mentor that he had. And this was from consultant.com. So this was some powerful worksheets that we got here. So thank y'all for sticking with me. If you guys do find it valuable, like I said, let me know. Give it a like, comment, subscribe, tell the homies, and I do hope that we all have a great year coming up, 2022. I know if we could just execute, we would elevate. So let's execute. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.